Sir Walter Dibbs, inventor of the dib.
We are live from the clubhouse, and the first Dibbs question of the day is brought to you by Trantolo and Trantolo, personal injury law firm for over 85 years. Keith and Scott are the third generation of Trantolos to be helping seriously injured people. Law offices of Trantolo and Trantolo have locations in Hartford, Waterbury, Bridgeport, New Haven, and Torrington. But heads up, if you're going in New York, Long Island, they have 2 new offices in Riverhead and Melville, New York. So dial 844-999-9999 if you have anything that you need them to help you with. Do we want the new kickoff rule that the XFL has, and where you can do a fair catch behind the 25 and you get the ball at the 25? So basically, should the NFL adopt that rule?
Well, I thought also we were going to do where the kicker is way far back. All the rest of the team is at the 35 for the kickoff team. The kickoff return team is at the 30, 5 yards apart. And no one can move except for the kicker and the return receiver until the ball is actually caught. And that's when they can move.
It's insane. How do you do an onside kick and trying to win a game?
The problem of everything. Like there's a couple of things that hurt the kickoff. The number one thing is, how do you do the onside kick? Like, because everybody says, well, let's just get rid of the kickoff and give everybody the ball at the 25-yard
because then you don't have a chance to get it back at the end of the game.
Right. So that's like the conundrum of the kickoff. The other side of the kickoff is it is extremely dangerous. Like, I've learned over the years that statistics of punts and kickoff injuries are so much more than just regular football plays. And, gosh, watching so many games where an injury will happen on a kickoff, and it's a bad one. Like, I've seen some paralysis injuries.
But in fairness to the NFL, only 22% of the kicks were brought back this year.
Zero Super Bowl kicks. No kickoff returns.
So I think if 1 out of 4 are coming back and you still have a chance to do an onside kick at the end of the game, I don't like that standing there and only the kicker and the receiver can move. It would totally take out at the end of football games the opportunity to get the ball back and maybe win it with like 15 seconds left.
Now, it's been proposed, too, that there's like a play. Like, instead of doing an onside kick, now that we don't have a traditional kickoff of what we've known in the past 100 years, that there's a play. Like, okay, you want the ball back, you run the onside play, and the play will be like a 15-yard play. If you complete the first down, you maintain possession, and you get the ball from there after the result of that play. If you do not get it, then they will get the ball on the 40,
25
35 or wherever 35. We're doing the kickoff from. That's where the team that you were kicking to, or I guess playing defense, would get the ball if you did not complete the onside play.
I mean, I'm all for changing rules if it still stays within the parameters of the end of a football game or even the end of a half where you're trying to get the ball back to make something happen to get back in a football game. But this just seems like there's too many ifs and or buts.
So true. And it's so much gray area because I love the kickoff. And the kickoff is one of the most exciting plays. Like,
and so it's a punt return.
Right.
I mean,
and game changers.
Game changers. Absolutely.
Huge game changers. And then on the other side of dropping it, fumbling it, that happened in the Super Bowl. Those were huge moments. Those are huge game changers. But, again, like, I know how dangerous it is, and I don't want moms to shut down little boys to stop playing football.
Well, at the lower levels, I have no problem starting the ball at the 25, especially like high school. And you can't even play tackle football anymore until you're 12 years old. So they're doing flag football. Actually, flag football is one of the most popular
things. I never played tackle football until I was 12.
Yeah, and flag football right now, men and women, is one of the most popular growing games in this country. So, listen, I'm all for kids not getting injured. But in the NFL, you sign up for maybe getting injured. Now, I mean, that's part of your job.
I've reffed some flag football leagues where we do have that onside play. And you can only do it if you're down. You can't be doing it every single time. Like, if you have the lead. And, again, like, I know nobody does it, like nobody onside kicks every single time, but you could.
You could.
You could, and that'd be one hell of a strategy. Float that up to Detroit, see if Coach Campbell wants to do that. He might want to do that.
My thing is are we making the game so safe that people don't want to watch? I mean, the one thing, like you said, it's exciting to see a guy, like the ball's in the end zone, and it's a yard into the end zone. You're like, is that guy going to take it out or not? I mean, because a lot of times you're like, that would be stupid if he takes it out.
But at
He's
least
got no
you
chance.
get that. Like
Right.
I like that.
But it gives you an option.
Right. At least you have that option. The option that I see is no option. The guy's just going to kick it out of the back of the end zone. We're going to start at the 25, and like that was just a formality so that the other 10 people can get a quick wind sprint.
But Belichick practiced kicking it like to the 5-yard line to force you to make that play.
Now, I would like that too. Like, I wish there was a rule to keep the kicker from just punting it out of the stadium and, or kicking it out of the stadium. I shouldn't use the word punt. Kicking it out of the stadium. I wish, like, you had to keep the ball in play somehow, and that if you didn't do that, that it would be even worse. Like, instead of the 25, you get on the 40. Like, you wouldn't want that, so you'd want to try to fit it in there somewhere. But, again, that doesn't have anything to do with minimizing the concussions. I mean, we might be maximizing or increasing concussions with that rule. Like, again, we like it
because now you got two like gladiators, or even like, during the wars where they're standing. Okay, everybody stand in the line and then shoot at each other. Yes. Everybody stand in the line and now go and smack into each other.
I love the strategy of it, like with Bill Belichick and what he was doing, but I understand the risk and the danger and the potential turnoff it could have for a bunch of other fans if people get injured. So.
I thought the Ivy League was way ahead of things with no tackling during practice.
Still doing it.
Yeah, still doing it. Still effective. There's still good games. All right, when we come back, we'll do spring training. We'll check in on Yamamoto and his debut in the major league, so to speak, with his first outing with the Dodgers. More free agency news, and we'll talk about Bellinger talking to the media after going back to the Cubs.